Well, Dirty Computer is about community, and it's about a community of folks who have been pushed to the margins of society, whose voices have been silent. My brothers and sisters in the LGBTQIA community, women, survivors, immigrants, black folks, minorities, um, poor folks. I can go on and on and on and on. And it was really with the intent of making sure that when they came to my performances, when they came to listen to the music on their own, that they felt seen, that they felt heard, that they felt celebrated, that they felt like this is my church, this is my tribe. No matter what the world says about us, or no matter what the media says, or the abusers of power say about me, here I matter. I'm proud to be an African American young woman, and so this album is through the lens of an American, of an African American young woman, and I think that it's specific in that I'm from the Midwest. I'm from the middle of this country, Kansas City, Kansas, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia. So my stories and my perspectives and what I see and the way I've taken in information comes from being an American. I think that whatever album I put out, I'm honest to where I am at that stage. So I think Dirty Computer is just a more evolved Janelle Monae.
Well, you are all about and have always been about honesty. Do you think that perhaps in this time and this world we live in today, that more artists are feeling free to finally open up and be more honest about themselves and about the world around them?
I hope so. I think that we all come from different places, and we have our internal soul clocks that tell us, when we want to talk about our personal lives or not. I've never felt pressure to rush to talk about anything I didn't feel comfortable with. I think that through storytelling, which is powerful, it's since the beginning of time when we learned about how to make a fire and going and telling each other in the caves, like, this is how you make a fire, this is how you make a fire. Storytelling can really change and shape the world. And I think when I'm telling my stories and when I'm walking in my truth, my hope is that it resonates with other folks and that they feel more comfortable walking in their truth and telling their stories. Well, it's exciting. I mean, people do whatever they want to do. When you really want to do something, you make it happen. And I grew up acting and singing and writing and, writing short stories for my local theaters, the Young Playwrights Roundtable, local performance art space. And growing up there and just writing these short stories and just having like mentors tell me you can do anything you want to do, despite you coming from one of the poorest counties in Kansas City, Kansas, despite your parents working as janitors and working as trash men and working as post office men to make ends meet. You can be anything you want to be. And my parents always encouraged that. They never told me, that I couldn't do this or I could only focus on this. I'm a hustler. My grandmother had 4, 5, 6 jobs. She had 12 kids. And so I think I hustle for my dreams still. Whenever I want to do something, I just go after it and just get a schedule that works.
And I was going to ask you what your advice would be for young people today, and I have a feeling it would be exactly what you just said.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say, you have to go after that burn in your spirit and in your heart. We only have this one life, and life is not a rehearsal.
I know it's probably still difficult for you to talk about Prince because he was so much more than just a mentor and a collaborator, a co-writer, and a friend. He was a spirit, a guiding spirit for your music and for your life. Are there still moments when you wonder what would Prince think about what you're doing?
Absolutely. You are right. It's still difficult to speak about him because not only was he a musical hero for me, but he was a friend. He was a mentor. We were very, very close, and I've shared the stage with him, and I've been able to ask him pretty much anything as it pertains to music and just personal stuff, and he's been there. And to not have him here in the physical form is difficult. And yes, I'm always thinking. In fact, when I was writing Dirty Computer, just like all my albums, he, has been there to encourage me and bounce ideas back and forth. But when I was writing it, I was absolutely thinking, what would Prince do? What would he say? How can I make something to make him smile and make him feel proud?